Hello everybody, Dr. Cameron Kavari and Dr. Bobby Hadeen here with Trimodus. And this is episode 4 of the Lumbar Yard, talking about how we're going to get out of pain in the lumbar spine, which is the low back. So here's what we've been doing. So we've talked about range of motion. We've talked about trying to get up closer to opposing gravity and doing different types of exercises with those ranges of motion using breathing and expanding the abdominal wall. The big key is if we're sitting or standing all day, one of the biggest movements that we are robbed of is a thing called hip flexion. So that's when the hip goes up like this. We're going to talk a lot about squatting today and how we are going to get the axis of the spine more vertical and opposing gravity. And we just have to start understanding that this is really important so that we can get out of pain. And with all of this, all these exercises together, can really make a dent in your low back pain, right, Doc?
Absolutely. So what we're going to talk about, so what we've been doing is a lot of horizontal exercises of retraining the movement of the spine at a very lower level of thinking. When you get vertical and you start moving around, a lot's happening, your body's taking a lot of input, and it's very easy to all of a sudden not have that movement of being able to move in those regions, okay? And so what we're going to do here is talk about basically when you're vertical, okay, depending on what your lifestyle is like, a lot of time we build up a lot of erector tone, okay, a lot of low back muscles, these kind of long sausages that run down each side of the spine, okay, and those become very tight on people, okay. Basically, a lot of times when we don't have enough diaphragm activity, okay, something has to stabilize the spine, and so the spine becomes very stiff from the muscles. And then maybe you're that guy that just happened to bend over to plug something in the wall or put a shoe on, and oh, there goes your back. Maybe you threw your back out, okay, or your back went out for whatever reason. That happens because your back muscles were so tight and you went to bend over, and these muscles, these sausage-like muscles, didn't lengthen and allow you to flex from a vertical position. Okay, so it's very important to work on this flexion extension in a vertical position throughout the day, whether you sit or stand all day long. So a great exercise that you can kind of throw into the mix of things is to hold on to something that's very strong, sturdy. Here today we have this pole. And so what we're going to do here is Dr. Cam's going to hold the pole. He's going to load the feet, what we talked about in the past, and he's just going to descend, allowing his hips to go into full flexion, full past 120, 130 degrees of flexion, and mechanically a lot's happening in this position. Not only is he addressing good range of motion of the hips, but he's allowing himself to just breathe and to lengthen these back muscles that we've talked about, okay? For some people, when they squat this far, it'll just stop because the tissue won't lengthen past this point. So at work, what Dr. Cam can do, maybe every hour, every 2 hours, he can just lay in this position, he can breathe, and every time he exhales, he can think about allowing his tail, his pelvis to really round. Okay, it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but it's very important to address this range of motion without weight in the back. So you can come back up, and you can come back down. And honestly, just doing like 2 of these, 2 or 3 of these throughout the day, maybe at lunch or before bed. Maybe you're somebody that wakes up in the middle of the night, wakes up in the morning, just a sore low back. Very good exercise, and you can hang out here as long as you want, or you can come up as much as you need, and just kind of addressing this. This is like your insurance for your low back throughout the day, because obviously you can't lay on the ground at work as much as you think you can. So,
and the big thing is that what we have to understand is you can get a huge prescription sheet of all these exercises to do from your best therapist on the planet, but to be honest with you, you have to do some exercise snacking through the day. And so one of the big things that we talk about is posture crushes us our whole life. So we're always either seated or we're standing or we're throwing all the time. And the thing is that we have to start snacking on these exercises throughout the day. So you could grab a door handle, you could, grab a pillar, and just getting down there, breathing, and snack on that during work is going to eliminate problems with your spine, not only now, but later in life as well. So please subscribe below. Thanks for joining. See you next time.